as you know, I just bought the A110, which is a MIDI interface. And because I'm being nosy, I'm going to open it up and see what's inside. This is just me being nosy, really. So here we are. What's inside the box? A110. So first thing is we need to get inside the box. And by the looks of it, what we have is 3 screws there, which hold the rack ears as well. Then there seems to be 1, 2, 3 screws along the back there. And other 3 screws there, which are the other rack ears. And then 2 screws either side at the bottom. So, about time to get unscrewing. Okay, so it looks like we've got some dirt in one of the screws here, so rather than trying to force it, I'm just going to clean the screw out. So I'm just going to use a pointy end of a Stanley knife. So this looks like it's been on a dirty surface at some point. And normally what I do is use a canister of compressed air, but I don't have a canister of compressed air with me. Okay. So it's all done right. This should just slide off. So here we have the inside of a 110. So it's a power switch, 240 volt power switch there. What is really interesting is that Roland have, I don't know whether this is sort of coming across on the camera here, but what Roland have done here is they've actually got a multi-way transformer. So what that means is effectively that this is the same transformer they would use in a 100 volt, 110 volt scenario to a 240 volt scenario. So this unit itself, with a little bit of modification, could actually be used in both a 110 volt and a 240 volt scenario. Yeah, so the pins are there. It won't really come out on camera, but the actual pins are there. So you just need the schematics of this transformer. Transformer itself appears to be in fairly good condition. Nothing looks like it's melted. One of the reasons I open these up is quite often just to see if there's any damage to the circuit boards themselves. But this one looks extremely clean. So if I go around, it probably helped it a lot. So now we're inside the unit itself. As you can see along the back, there's the board with all the MIDI connections on it. It's a separate board, 1 in 5 throughs. That's connected by this series of 3 wires here to this motherboard. There's 5 wires coming off the transformer, so I'm assuming this has got multiple voltages on it. Not quite sure what those voltages are, but there's multiple voltages. Then you've got the Roland chip there, which I've no idea what that chip is, to be honest, but that's obviously one of the master guts of this machine. There's no battery in this machine, so there's no effectively replacement parts. Then you've got these plug-in connectors here which run the display on the front. So that's the 88 keys that you can see on the front of this graphic display at the end. And then you've got this rotary control here, which is obviously the MIDI channel selector, which comes into the board there. So these are actually quite a simple box if you think about it. Not a lot to them at all. But it's nice to see that actually inside it, it's very, very clean, which is always a good sign for something this old. It means it's actually been in a relatively clean environment for most of its life, even though things like the rack here is a little bit damaged, but that's then just being pulled in and out of racks during its serviceable life. What I am going to do is I'm just going to get the hoover out, give it a quick hoover, just get rid of some of these little bits of dust that are in here, and I'll put it back together. So I'm going to pause it while I get the hoover out. So that's all the noisiness over and done with. Hoover out, all the bits out of the, well, I thought all the bits out of here, but hey ho. Time to put it back together. That's what's in the box. There you have the A110 reassembled, ready to go back in the rack. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Apparently it helps the channel and allows other people to find this video a lot quicker. I'm sure by now if you didn't like the contents of this video, you've already given me a thumbs down. If you want to be notified about future videos that are added to the channel, hit the subscribe button that should be appearing about here.